stocks to set up. So let's get started. Welcome, Alan Krantz. Thank you for joining us in the chat today. Hope you're doing well. So here's our Google document with our notes for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for September 30th through October 4th. We keep our notes for our weekly trading game plans in publicly accessible Google documents. Our notes documents contain links to bonus videos, to the tools and resources we use to trade our top swing trading stocks to watch, etc. You can find a direct link to this notes document in the description box below. If you have not already seen part 1 of our weekly trading game plan for this week, titled Make Money Trading October 2024, we would highly recommend that you also view part 1, as that contains our market analysis, trading strategies, trade ideas, etc. for this trading week. We keep all of our weekly trading game plan notes documents in a publicly accessible Google Drive folder, so you can refer back to the notes for part 1, as well as previous week's weekly trading game plan notes. And you can also find a direct link to that publicly accessible Google Drive folder in the description box below. So firstly, we'll quickly go over our trade updates for this week. See, this week we sold some covered calls against our position we've had for a long time in yen. So we sold the $60 strike covered call for the January 25 expiration for $260 per contract. And again, we use this covered call strategy, and we'll talk about this again later in the live stream, to generate our own self-generated dividends, additional income on our existing positions. So yesterday we saw those big gap ups in the all Chinese stocks and yen, KWEB, etc. So we had a high percentage gains in yen on I guess it was Wednesday, Thursday or so. So that was the opportunity to sell those covered calls when the premium was spiking. So again, we've done this several times before, generated additional, even higher premiums against our position in yen. We sold off part of our position. If that gets called away in January, we'll still make about a $500 profit on price appreciation on the shares. And if it does get above probably like 62.60, they might get called away. And again, we'd make about $760 per contract on that covered call strategy. So again, we'll talk about that as a general strategy. Now, if Chinese stocks do retrace significantly, and that premium drops significantly, then I can buy them back cheaper and then rinse and repeat and do this over and over and generate income. So again, another one of our strategies to generate income in addition to our swing trading strategies. Good morning, Fairchild, Gerald Fitz, LinkedIn. Thank you all for joining us today. Just a quick reminder, although I don't recommend anyone blindly follow us into or out of any trades, if it would help you make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career, to see our entries and exits into trades, you can get real-time trade alerts by joining our Patreon. We post those to our Patreon members. You'll get notified via email, etc. as soon as we make a trade. We also have several channels in our Discord with additional alerts for our Patreon members. So I'll quickly show you those as well. So firstly, we have a Thinkorswim TOS alerts channel. I also have additional price alerts set up in Thinkorswim. When those get triggered, they get automatically posted to the Thinkorswim alerts channel. So you can see when UDOW, which is the leverage long on the Dow, hit a new 52-week high, when SIRI hit a 52-week low. And then if we follow those up with an actual trade, then I'll reply to that Thinkorswim message in that channel with our trade. If it's a trade not directly related to a Thinkorswim alert, like when we sold the covered calls against yen, then I'll post that in the trade alerts channel in our Discord. And we also have a real-time alerts channel with automatically generated real-time alerts from our automated systems when stocks are moving up, breaking out near our price targets, near a support level, etc. and you can hear how you can use these real-time alerts, again, to help you with any kind of your trading, short-term trading, day trading, scalping. And we have a video on how you can get alerted when stocks are moving up, breaking out, etc. So you can see in this alerts channel, also a great way to see shifts in sentiment, rotations, shift in reversals in the market. So we see real estate bear breaking out. So that's the short on real estate breaking out. See China, Yang near bottom. So again, that's the short on China. Zoom moving up, etc. So again, XLE. So again, a great way to see real-time shifts in the market, sector rotations, and great for day traders, scalpers, in addition to swing traders. So again, we hope that all helps. Welcome to Ricky Khan. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Okay, let me grab a quick drink and we'll go through our watch list updates for our top swing trading stocks to watch for this week. Okay, so here's our top swing trading stocks to watch for this week. Really don't have any changes to the watch list right now. So these are all ones we've been watching the past couple of weeks. Talked about them several times. Peri on networks, Peri, I believe some of our BeachBum traders are already in Peri. We'll see it kind of went up a little bit. Looks like it might be rolling over. You can hear our previous due diligence quick take video via the bonus link to that video in the notes. UROY, again, Uranium Royalty Corp, again, one of the uranium stocks we like to watch. We've seen that run up in uranium after the Constellation Energy news. This is one I almost took off of the watch list as it has run up quite a bit. And then late in the week, it looks like it may have turned down off of a resistance point. We'll see if we do get a sector rotation back out of uranium, get an opportunity. I saw LEU. Last week, we also looked at how to pick uranium stocks. We looked at all the uranium stocks, CCJ, LEU, DNN, etc. I saw LEU made a nice run. I guess it was on some that they do some thorium. So again, you can hear and see how to evaluate various uranium stocks as well as stocks in any industry in FinViz via the bonus link to the video in our notes. Also, we've been talking about oil. We saw oil broke down below 70. Recently, it did hit a low of 65.27. USOI is the one we like to play oil along for a longer term swing, as it pays a very nice monthly dividend. You can see last it paid 220, over 220 on September 20th. So that was the last ex-dividend date. The next one will probably be around October 20th. We missed that September dividend. We'll see if we can get a pullback in oil. Again, we saw it broke down below 70. It was around 68. We get a dip in that 65 range, buy a big chunk of USOI, hold that for a swing back up, collect the monthly dividends, etc. So also a reminder, you can get 24/7 access to our watch list Google Sheet, watch our top swing trading stocks to watch list, as well as our bullpen and shopping list stocks. We'll take a quick look at our Google Sheet in a second. Again, it's got near real-time pricing, support resistance levels, etc. And you can hear how you can use our watch list Google Sheet to watch our top swing trading stocks to watch via the series of videos in the links in our notes as well as on our channel. So again, if we look at our watch list Google Sheet, contains support and resistance levels where we would look to buy or sell at. A risk-reward profile, links to their profile in FinBiz, so you can quickly jump over and look at their charts. It's got the earnings dates, the dividend information, optionality information, etc. And then when the Google Finance functions are responding, then you'll get near real-time pricing on those top swing trading stocks to watch. So let's look at the charts for those stocks in Webull. I'll look at my watch list, top swing trading stocks to watch list in Webull. So here's Perry. So congratulations, Ricky Khan says he sold UROI for a 20% gainer. So again, if you profit from our trade ideas, which we hope you all do, please share that with your fellow traders. Encourage them to join us in the BeachBum community. Hopefully they can also profit from some of our trade ideas. So again, back to Perry, you can see it had bounced up a little bit, bounced off that pivot point resistance, looked like it's turning back down. Longer term bottom in the 740, 736, I think is the very near term low, been pretty flat. So we've been just waiting for a little bit of a pullback. It's been kind of trending down. Maybe it's finally found some support level in that 780 area. We'll see. Here's UROI, Ricky is talking about. So again, nice steady run up. Does look like it peaked out at that R2 level in the 260s. Did get rolled over back down to that R1 level. We'll see if it continues down. Again, if we get a sector rotation, profit taking back out of uranium. Last time we bought it around 202, around that 2 level. Seems to be a regular support, and then the recent low is, or the longer term lows, 181. So if it does turn back up and continue to run away, then I'll probably take UROI off of our watch list. But again, we can always watch that via the uranium industry, etc. USOI on oil. Again, we saw oil had bottomed in the 65s, ran back up over the low 70s. Now it's broken down again below 70. We'll see if we can get a dip somewhere, near that previous low. Again, now we've got some time, probably till October 20th until the next dividend on USOI. Okay, next we'll talk about our bullpen stocks. Let me grab a quick drink and we'll talk about our bullpen stocks. Welcome, Walter Lyons. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Just a quick reminder, if you're not already using Webull, they're still offering 75 free fractional shares of stock. They're still offering a bonus interest on your uninvested cash. I think yesterday that rate was a little lower, so it's going to go down. So take advantage of the bonus interest and the high interest on uninvested cash while you can. Again, we know interest rates are going to come down, so those interest rates on cash is going to decrease. So lock in your bonus interest as soon as you can. Again, if you invest 25K or more, you get 75 free fractional shares of stock, 7% or 6 to 7% interest. Under 25K, you get 20 free fractional shares of stock, each worth $3,000 to $3,000. And if you'd use our affiliate link in the description box below, you can get all their current promotions as well as help support our BeachBum trading community, which we greatly appreciate. So if we look at our list of bullpen stocks, again, if you're new to our community, the concept of bullpen stocks are ones that don't necessarily have the swing trading setup that I'd like for our top swing trading stocks to watch, but I've identified that they may in the near future. So we put them in the bullpen, revisit them periodically, and if their setup improves, then we put them in the game, move them up to our top swing trading stocks to watch. So again, we've been watching several of these for some time. Again, with the markets at all-time highs, etc. A lot of these, are still a little higher than I'd like. One we've swung before, for a nice profit in the past. We like is HIMX, HIMX, HIMX Technologies. This is the Taiwanese semiconductor stock. Yesterday we looked at SOXL, the semiconductor industry, how that has bounced up. Looks like it might be turning back down. You can hear our thesis on what we like on HIMX via the links to those videos in our notes. They also got a pop off of, I believe, off of the Chinese stimulus news being in Taiwan. So I think they got a bounce off the semiconductor Micron earnings, as well as the pop in Chinese stocks. Sirius Networks, Sirius XM Holdings. Again, this is the new independent company after the merger with Liberty Media Division. It had come down on that news, popped up a little bit when they released that Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett has a like 30% stake in Sirius XM. And then it did come down. They got several downgrades from analysts, and it started trailing back down. So we'll see if that'll give us an opportunity. It does tend to bounce pretty quickly, so I've had difficulty catching this in the past. Maybe some of you were nimble enough to catch those bottom bounces already. And you can hear our previous thesis on SiriusXM before they merged and became an independent company. We have the links to the videos in the notes. Shutterstock, again, you can hear a previous thesis on Shutterstock, why we think that might be a beneficiary of AI content, AI data, and hasn't really run up exuberantly with some of the other AI FOMO stocks. It's also been kind of trailing down, so we'll see if that gives us an opportunity. If we look at, you can also see our price targets, etc., risk reward profiles for our bullpen stocks, also in the bullpen sheet and our watch list Google sheet. Also, again, earnings data, dividends, if they pay a dividend, optionality. You can see, we prefer stocks that are optionable. So again, then we can do like we did with yen and sell covered calls to also generate income. So it's beneficial to be able to see if it's optionable as well. So if we look at the charts for our bullpen stocks in Webull, and a nice additional feature Webull, you can have all kinds of different watch lists. So again, HIMX Technologies, again, we've swung this in the past when it bottoms and runs up. See, recently it bottomed at about 526. And it recently has run up. Again, this could be partially due to the China stimulus news. So we'll see if it comes back down. Talked about, if you want to play the breakouts, that's an opportunity. You can see it's been as high as 640 or so recently. We zoom out a little bit. See, it's close to this support level in the low fives. It's been as low as 460. Looks like it's swinging back up. You see, it's been as high as 850. So again, nice run up in the past. In HIMX, we made a nice profit. I know several of our other BeachBum traders made a nice profit previously on the last run up, last swing in HIMX. Again, here's Sirius XM. They merged, had a little bit of a pop, got some sell the news, it bottomed out, ran back up on the Berkshire Hathaway news, and we got some downgrades. So again, it's kind of been oscillating, and we'll see. And then again, you see it bounce pretty quickly. I guess that was Thursday. So a little bit tricky. We'll see if it comes back down, retest one of these support levels, see if that gives us a chance to get back into Siri. Shutterstock. If we zoom out a little bit, the low is about 32.36, 32.38. had been trailing down pretty steeply, bounced back up recently. Looks like it may have hit that resistance level, come down, bounce off the pivot. So we'll see which direction it heads. It does come back down. We'll possibly take a position in Shutterstock. Don't have any honorable mentions for this week. We'll look at our shopping list very quickly. Again, we always recommend you have your list of shopping list stocks for any irrational reactions in the market, be it an irrational reaction to earnings, sentiment, reaction to sentiment earnings, pullback in the markets. Yesterday, we looked at how October historically has been when the biggest market crashes occurred. So it's always good to have your shopping list ready. Just a quick reminder, although none of our content should be considered financial advice, we're not financial advisors. All of our content is for education and entertainment purposes only. We still recommend, given high interest rates haven't come down severely yet, money-losing companies, zombie stocks, we recommend staying away from those for the time being. Although, again, we're seeing more risk-on behavior. So, again, beware of some of these. They might drop an offering. They might need to raise cash to get to the period when interest rates have dropped back down. If you're concerned about a company, when they might have to drop an offering, raise cash, their solvency, you can do an analysis of how many quarters of cash flow positive they have using our biotech due diligence Google sheet. Again, not just biotechs, but any money-losing company. That'll help you see, are there solvency issues that you should be concerned about? When might they need to raise cash, drop an offering, etc. So you can get access to that, make a copy for yourself by joining our Patreon. So here's our list of shopping list stocks. See, we have several yield maxes, APLY, TSOY, watch Tesla. Again, I use URNM to watch uranium, USOI, several REITs we watch, Land, Stag, MSB for steel, MP Materials for rare earth materials. So again, we've got an assortment, some of the Mag 7s, Disney, another DNN for uranium. I thought about putting UROI, taking DNN out. But again, we've got URNM to watch uranium. So you can see, again, our support and resistance levels, risk reward. And again, you can see trends, in the market with our shopping list as well, JEPI, JEPQ, other dividend payers, LTC, another REIT we watch, etc. So I hope that all helps. Okay, let me grab a drink and we'll look at dividend payers. So if anyone in the chat has a particular dividend payer you'd like to look at, please put those tickers up in the chat. We can look at any specific dividend payers you would like to look at. So we also use dividend payers to generate income while we're waiting for swing trading stocks to set up. And we use our dividend payers Google sheet to identify and create a schedule of dividend payment income that we would like, with the frequency, amount of dividend yield, be it a nominal yield, if we're looking for price appreciation, etc. And you can also use our dividend payers Google sheet to do the same thing. Create your own schedule of dividend payers with whatever risk reward profile, dividend yield, price appreciation, etc. that you would like by joining our Patreon. Got an addition to our dividend payers Google Sheet that I would like to share with you and look at very briefly. This is Buck, BUCK. It's the Simplify Stable Income ETF. This showed up as a multiple bottom in FinViz on the 27th. So I added that to the ad sheet of our Dividend Payers Google Sheet. So I wanted to take a quick look at that with you. So here's Buck. Again, the simplified strategy income pays, I paid 20 cents last dividend. So it's got a nominal yield of 8.47. It's a monthly dividend payer. You can see, so the net yield's about 6.9%. So, pretty good, better than the current money markets, better than bonds right now. Adjusted yields less than 2. Again, the performance has been somewhat negative. We'll look at the charts in FinViz. You can see it's pretty stable, doesn't have a lot of range. So again, I thought this might be of interest to some of our BeachBum traders if you're looking for a stable income payer and pays 20 cents every month and not a lot of variation in price. Again, performance been slightly negative this year. So 8.4, 8.5%. See what it's comprised of. So government bonds, bond futures. Look at their definition. Income strategies, interest income strategy, income generating options, interest income producing U.S. Treasury securities, bills, notes, bonds, fixed income ETFs. So again, they're looking for stable, reliable income. So again, you can see it's only been around since late 22, but again, very stable. Did have a little bit of a dip down. So again, if you're looking for one with a stable generation of dividends, not too bad of a yield, not too much risk in terms of upside, downside, more upside right now than downside. So, and we expect, bond prices to go up, yields to go down. So we'll see if that's, I want to see Buck. So, yeah, better risk reward. So not a lot of variance, not a lot of 52-week variance, not a lot of top to bottom variance. So let me know what you think of Buck, the simplified strategy income ETF. Again, if you're looking for stable dividend payers, again, please let me know. We can identify some others that are pretty stable. Just a quick reminder too, we've got a whole series of videos on how you can use our dividend payers Google Sheet to find the best dividend paying stocks. You can access that series via the link in our notes. I'm going to look at, I guess we could look at IEP right now. I'll jump forward a little bit. Alan Krebs had asked us to dive into IEP. So we can take a quick look at IEP as well, as I did add that also to the ad sheet in our dividend payers. So this again, Alan asked us to look at IEP. This is Icon Enterprises. See, they're paying a $1 quarterly dividend, so it's a nominal yield. They're showing 30%. It's had pretty negative performance this year, negative 33%. You can see the risk reward profile. So if we look at the chart in FinViz, see it had dropped down. We did do a previous video on IEP, so I put that in the question and answer segment. So you can hear our previous discussion back in July. I think it was in July. We looked at IEP. So again, you should probably listen to that one as well. So we could see a big drop in August, big drop in IEP. Looks like it may have found a bottom, bounced back up. It looks like they resolved some lawsuits. So they had a big bounce, and probably on the dismissal of these lawsuits. We look at their definition. They've got a diversity of investments, a bunch of different segments. So although it's showing in like oil and gas, it's worthwhile to see all their different segments. Lost a lot of money last year, been losing money, so negative EPS. So again, we'll see if they hold that dividend. That might be some concern. Again, losing a lot of money, negative EPS. Look at their weekly. Again, this looks like it, it's a recent bottom. And that's, hard to tell. I did get that bounce after their lawsuits were resolved, but it's trending downward. They're losing money. Again, I would be a bit concerned that they might have to cut their dividend. Very high debt. Not a lot of discrepancy between the float. Short float's now very small, so not really a short squeeze candidate. Again, negative income. So again, I would be a bit concerned about them having to cut that dividend. Their cash per share, $11. So they're now above the price to cash is they're now above their cash price. So if you did catch that bounce, nice gap ups again on all those lawsuits getting resolved. Now it looks like it might continue a downtrend again, just below the 50-day moving average, below the 200, above the 20. So might get some support there, but again, not one if you're looking for high nominal dividend, 30%, and as Alan pointed out, they're paying next month. So we might collect that dividend and then maybe get out or play it for a bounce, etc. So, let me know what you all think of IEP, Icon Enterprises LP going forward as a dividend payer. If you've traded it, made money with it, great. So let me know your comments in the comments to this video or other videos, etc. And we've got all the yield maxes at the top here. Not a whole lot that were interesting. I haven't seen other dividend payers that are really of note, of interest. I'm looking at the REITs, land, etc. frequently. Some other pretty stable dividend payers you might want to take a look at. IEF, IEI, again, pretty popular. Risk reward's not that great right now, but they're relatively stable. So again, you can filter our Google sheet for a risk reward, top to bottom, 52-week range, etc. If you're looking for stability, also if you're looking for net yield versus price appreciation, you can filter from those. JEP, JEPQ, again, pretty popular. And they're all pretty high with the markets near their all-time highs. And all the REITs have been up in general. So land, I've been watching land, see if it'll come down, LTC, Stag, etc. I haven't seen Easy Mike today. I know he likes Empower, EQIX, DLR. These are data center REITs as well. We just quickly look at USOI, although we've talked about that. We also have bond ETFs, TLT, TLTW, etc. There's USOI. Again, you can see the nominal 21%. Again, almost a factor 2 risk reward. So that's why we like USOI, pretty high dividend payment monthly. Welcome, Douglas PC. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. So I'll leave this open again if anyone wants to look at any other dividend payers. So please throw the ticker up in the chat. We can take a look at any other dividend payers as well. Let me grab a drink and we'll talk about option strategies again. Welcome, Gabe Fabe. Thank you for joining us. Hope you had a great trading week and are doing well. So in addition to using dividend payers to generate income, we also use several option strategies to generate income. We talked about how we sold our covered calls against our position in yen. So again, we sell covered calls against our positions when they're going up, buy them back when they're coming down. And you can hear we've got a bonus link to a bonus video, how you can use our covered calls Google Sheet to do what-if analysis on various covered call strategies. And again, you can get access to that, make a copy, use that to do your what-if analysis on covered call strategies by joining our Patreon. And again, you saw how we generated some income on our yen position again. Again, we've done this numerous times. When you get a lot of pop in a particular stock, it's one of the best times to sell the covered calls. And when you get a correction retracement, possibly buy them back. We also sell puts when stocks are going down, buy them back when stocks are going back up. And again, we use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to help us identify opportunities to sell and then buy back puts. And again, you can use our puts ROIC Google Sheet for your options trading, help you identify opportunities to sell and buy back puts by joining our Patreon. Got a few updates and changes to our puts ROIC Google Sheet that I want to go over. And I'll open up our Google Sheet, take a look at some other opportunities as well. So firstly, I also added Sirius XM puts at the 23 strike, January expiration, January 25 expiration, to our Google Sheet and the research sheet. And I do actually have a sell out on that we'll look at. So I've got, two options to pick up some Siri. If it does drop below that 23 strike significantly, maybe I'll get those shares via the exercise of the puts. Or again, I can buy the shares or I can do both. So again, a couple options of how to pick up shares in Siri. I also added SMCI at the 230 strike, January expiration. It was showing high ROIC, high volatility. I'm not real sure that, there's significant risk in SMCI to the downside. They've got some accounting issues. I think they're under investigation by the DOJ. We'll take a quick look at the chart of SMCI. And then this week, we'll collect the data on that 230 strike for SMCI and see if there might be a scalping opportunity for selling those puts and then buy it back if they resolve their issues. And it does bounce. A lot of, sentiment, AI FOMO and SMCI previously. And then again, that sentiment turned when they announced their accounting issues and DOJ investigation. Also, I lowered the strike on Moderna from 65 to 60. Again, we looked at Moderna, I think it was last week, see how it's trending down. So that strike looks like it's reasonably stable. Again, we've got a whole series of videos on how you can use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to make money trading options, and you can access that series via the link in our notes. We also have a whole playlist of videos on how to make money trading options. So you can access those videos in our options playlist. So here's the main sheet of our puts ROIC Google Sheet. Again, not a whole lot with attractive ROIC. Everything's running relatively high. Disney did bounce back up. Tesla's up, etc. So not a whole lot of ROIC on the main sheet right now. On the research sheet, again, Albemarle's got 2%. There's APA, 3%. Again, now with money market rates coming down a little bit, bond yields coming down a little bit, now maybe a 4.5% ROIC might be anything better than what they're offering, and money market might be attractive. HP, I looked at, it had dropped slightly below. This is an oil producer, so again, this might be one that might bounce, so that might be an attractive opportunity. Intel, I still got the sell out at $2 for 1750s. So Intel had bounced up. We'll see if they get a dip at some point. So I'll get the ones on Siri. So again, I've got a 23 strike. I've got a sell out at 245. Give me a 4.8. So not really the 5% I'd like. But close, and just another way to pick up shares in Sirius XM. Let's look at SMCI quickly. Again, I've set the strike at 230. We look at the chart for SMCI. So their 52-week low is 226. So I picked the strike just above that at 52-week low. Last premium on SMCI was about $8. So again, that plus that premium, that would put it below their 52-week low. If we zoom out a bit, it's got significant risk, so it's still got significant more downside. So again, I'm not sure I want to get assigned those shares. The low 230s, so another $200 downside, but it's got plenty of upside. So again, if we get a reversal in that sentiment, the AFOMO kicks back in. If we can sell those for a decent premium, maybe scalp those puts on that bounce back. We look at the news. Don't really say they're cheap right now. Here's the big drop, DOJ probe. So again, possibly if those things get resolved. Again, I think they had some accounting issues. If anybody else has more experience, knowledge of SMCI, please share that with the community. Again, I'm just thinking maybe a scalp opportunity, and we'll see. We'll collect the data on the premiums this week, and we'll see if that may be a scalp opportunity for selling, and then by scalping, buying back some puts. Anyone else has any other stocks that you would like us to plug into our automated systems, have us collect the puts information, let us know the ticker symbol. the strike prices, the expiration dates that you would like us to collect. We can plug those into our automated systems, have it collect that data, add it to our puts ROIC Google Sheet, and then again you can see those puts data in our ROIC Google Sheet. Again, another great source to see movements in the markets. You can see the Google Finance functions as they update. They're near real time, about a 20-minute delay, but you can see things moving down, green, back up, red. And then again, if you're a short-term options trader, scalper, etc., you can use our puts ROIC Google Sheet to identify opportunities, when to sell, when to buy back those puts. So again, another hopefully another great resource to help you make money trading. Another way you can make money trading in addition to swing trading, etc. So we already looked at IEP. I hope that helped, Ellen Krantz. I hope that answered your questions. Again, if anyone else has further insight into IEP, comments, etc., please put them in the comments to this video. Please put them in our Discord. Again, our Discord's free to join. We have all kinds of channels about different trading styles, different asset classes. So, and please tag us in our Discord with any questions you may have that you want us to answer, or stocks you want us to look at. For BeachBum Trading, all lowercase, no other characters, numbers, etc. And we would not send you a DM or a friend request or ask you for money without first notifying you in our community first. Anyone else is an imposter, please report and ignore them. So good. I'm glad that helped, Ellen. Again, anyone else has any other stocks you want to quickly look at? Welcome, Tanbeer. Nice to see you again. Hope you've been doing well. Ask you if we covered Chinese stocks. Yesterday we looked at KWEB and YINN. We didn't. We talked about BABX, which is a leverage from BABA. We don't trade. We still don't trade individual Chinese stocks directly. HIMX, HIMX is kind of the closest thing. Taiwanese stock. We use yen to long China, yang to short China, and again we looked at the ETFs, KWEB, etc., others to short in our ETFs Google Sheet yesterday. And if anyone else has any other stocks you want to look at, talk about, please throw those back up in the chat. If I missed your question or your stock, I apologize. Again, please put those back up in the chat. Also, we'd love to hear your recommendations for improvement for our weekly trading game plans, for any of our tools, our Google Sheets, etc., our community. Please put those in the comments to any of our videos. Please put them in our Discord. Again, we have a suggestion box also in our Discord. So you can put suggestions there. You can also contact us via our social media sites. We have links to all of our social media sites in the links section of our homepage. Our homepage is beachbumtrading.com, but without the U. So again, plenty of ways you can contact us with any questions, comments, feedback, recommendations for improvement, etc. So we hope that you like this content. Please smash the like button. Help us try to get the YouTube algorithm to show us some love someday. And we really would appreciate, we really need your help with sharing our content directly with your fellow traders and friends. Encourage them to come join us in the live stream chats, join us in the BeachBum Trading Discord community, etc. Let's continue to build our BeachBum Trading community for the mutual benefit of all of our fellow BeachBum traders. So I hope that all helps. Welcome, Fairchild, and have a great week. You too. So thank you again for everyone that joined us in the chat today, everyone that's watching after the fact. And we hope to see you again next weekend for weekly trading game plans, 10 a.m. Eastern time on Saturdays for part 1, and 10 a.m. Eastern time on Sundays for part 2. So we hope this all helps, and have a great trading week.